Okay, so as you know, you can move tracks by clicking, dragging, and answering yes. I'll say no this time, because I didn't mean to do that. And if I have many tracks selected, say this entire album, and I move one, then it will move the whole group. I want to undo that, so I'll just reopen the library. But what if you're moving one or many songs very far? Like, let's go down to the very bottom of the list here. And I've imported these pentagram tracks. And so I'd like to move these up. There's no harm in keeping them at the bottom of the list, but just for demonstrating, I want to show you how I can do that. So let's say I wanted to bring it in right after Paul Oakenfold, just because it'll be alphabetical that way. So make a note of this number. 2203 is the first number after Paul Oakenfold. I'm going to expand that. 2203. So scroll back down to the bottom, find your pentagram. They're all check marked. I need to actually select one. So there's a difference between a checkmark song and a selected song. So when you click on it, this whole line turns orange. The orange means that's the selected song. So we'll select any one of these, it doesn't matter. And click Library and move songs to. And we'll put 2203. Yes. And now if I scroll up to 2203, there it is. Paul Oakenfold, pentagram, and Philip Glass. And they're still check marks, so I'll uncheck them. You can do that with one track or many tracks. Searches. So as you know, you can type in anything up here, such as, oh, I don't know, what's a good song? Come Together. I actually don't have that song. Wow, that's kind of sad. Okay, or we can search specifically by artist. The Beatles. I don't have very much Beatles. That is kind of sad. Or an album name. The Division Bell. Or a title, genre, file name, or folder. There's also shortcuts if I wanted just an artist and I didn't want to click on here and say artist. I can just type in artist, colon, and then the name of an artist. And an even shorter cut to that would be just type AR and colon and then the name of an artist. And the reason is that I had to use AR was because you only need as much of the word artist as is necessary to distinguish it from any other type of searching. So since you can also look for album, and they both start with A, you can't just use A because it won't know do you mean artist or album. So I could type art, or RT, or artist, or any of that is going to work. But just A won't. So you could type album, or al, song title. You need the TI for that. I don't think T will work because TY is for type, such as MP3, WMA. I don't think I have any WMAs. My collection is pretty much all MP3s, so it doesn't really help me out at all. Genre, or G, we'll say Okay, so there's file name, folder. You can also use path or directory, same thing. The ID number. I don't know how you would get the ID number unless you looked into your recents.xml file, but if somehow you had an ID number and you want to find a song by that specific ID, then you could do that. The song number itself, you could either enter num, or you can just enter nothing at all except the number and hit enter. I want to show songs with remixes. I want to show songs with links to their neighbors. I want to show songs that I currently have checked. I don't have any checked. Let's check some. Try that again. There we go. I'll uncheck those. So anyway, as you can see, you can search for a lot more things than what's on this drop down here. And if you want a full list of all the special shortcuts, just open up the help document and look under searching and sorting. There'll be a full list there. So when we go to add device and we pick a drive letter, we have the choice of standard and iPod shuffle, and future versions may have compatibility with other types of MP3 players, but as of version 1 it's just these two. Standard means that the songs will be placed in the root directory. There will not be a index created or anything. It should work with pretty much any generic USB MP3 player. The iPod Shuffle works a little different in that all of the files go into iPod Control Music, and then this subfolder. They're given only 4-digit names, which we use the track number for, and then an index is created in iTunes called iTunes SD. These differences are necessary in order for the iPod Shuffle to recognize and use the music. So if you have an iPod Shuffle and you want to use Song Mixer with it, just be sure to select iPod Shuffle.